What's the word, ladies and gentlemen? This is Andrew, and today I want to talk about the loadout system in Dirty Bomb. Now, a lot of people don't like it. They're like, oh god, I wish the loadout system would just disappear. At this point, I think it's safe to say it's not going anywhere, just because, I mean, a lot of people have paid for elite cases, and if they kind of completely change the loadout system, then a lot of people lose out on money, and people won't be happy, and then there'll be a riot, and then, yeah, no. From what I can see, the loadout system is here to stay. Now, was it a good idea to implement the loadout system in Dirty Bomb? In my opinion, I actually really like the concept, the idea. The implementation is a different story, but when I first started off on Dirty Bomb and trying to figure out the game and being all like, whoa, this game is awesome, I don't know anything about it, I saw the loadout card system and was like, what the fuck is this? Why can't I add a reflex scope on my M4? Why can't I put a forward grip like any other game? But then I realized, duh, like, they're trying to be different from any other game, which is cool in my opinion. I appreciate that Splash Damage tried to make Dirty Bomb, give it like a unique way of customizing your character, and to this day I still appreciate it because the loadout system, in my opinion, introduced me to a lot of different weapons, different types of weapons, different augments that I would not have normally used. I mean, burst rifles is a perfect example of this. I would have never have used a burst rifle if I just didn't happen to get a burst rifle loadout card. So, do I like the system? Yes, I like the idea, the concept. Do I like how it is currently implemented? Yes and no. So, I think it's implemented okay, but it could be a lot better. And could be a lot better, meaning the RNG is where it kind of starts to come in play. Some of the loadouts aren't completely balanced. You know, you have the 3-3, which is so ridiculously powerful for sparks. But then you got, like, literally a direct downgrade in the form of, what's the number? I don't even remember. 281 Technical Agent, right? It's got 2 out of the 3 perks, and then it's got cool. I'm like, why? That is like a direct downgrade from the 383. Why would they do this? But yeah, I mean, like, the implementation definitely could do some work, right? So Splash Damage, they are buffing some of the less popular perks and then nerfing some of the more popular ones. And I know they nerfed the 383 recently, but still, it's like, it's going to be really difficult to buff Pineapple Juggler to a point where it's usable. I know they made it so you can melee explosive away, but come on. Who in their right mind is going to go up against a freaking grenade and think, okay, my knife will protect me? No, that's never going to happen. I mean, I've never seen it happen in a match before. Maybe in like test matches where people are trying to make it work, but never in like a real live match. And I've played like over 500, 600 hours into this game. So that says something. And I know Splash Damage is doing an active effort in making these augments more viable, but it's like, And guys, I guess this all leads into, do I like RNG? Well, in a perfect world, and if every loadout was equally viable, even if there are weapons that I wouldn't like, you know, and I actually would not mind RNG, because, you know, RNG is kind of cool. It lets me explore different weapons I would not normally use, like the Stark, BR16, the Dryce, you know, those weapons that people don't use that often that I've actually come to really, really enjoy. But then, the way it's currently implemented, because the loadouts are, you know, so polarized sometimes, I mean, with a few exceptions, Stoker is pretty decent, Phoenix is pretty decent, Thunder is pretty decent, with a few exceptions, you know, in general, the loadouts are too polarized for RNG to really be satisfying. And then you have another form of RNG in the form of Cobalt, Gold, Silver, you know, the rarity types, right? Of course, in elite cases, you can get, you have a chance of getting Cobalt, Silver, or Gold. Those are like the tiers of rarity you guys have. But at the current pricing, it's a little expensive. And this is sort of kind of going into like price perception, value perception kind of shit, right? Like, alright, how much is a pretty card really worth to certain people? It's gonna be different for everybody, you know. It's really, really hard to quantify. And I'm not trying to discourage you guys from buying elite cases. By all means, spend your money on elite cases if that's what you guys want to do. Hell, I've spent a fortune on them myself. I mean, I love Splash Damage. I love Dirty Bomb, the game. I love supporting the devs. And to be honest, Splash Damage Nexon, they do give us a lot of free shit. I mean, like I love Splash Damage. I really want to support them, but I feel like their pricing on the Elite case can be a little steep for a lot of people. It's like $35 for 10 cases, I believe, 5% chance to get a Cobalt. What was it, 15 or 20% chance for gold? I mean, I just feel like it can get a little expensive. Which is fine, right? I mean, it's fine if it's expensive, so long as we leave feeling good about it, right? I mean, that's sort of the point, is kind of to make your customers feel good about a purchase so they'll come back and buy more. Yeah, right now, man, if you get 10 silvers and spend it spend $35 on 10 silvers, that is like an awful feeling. It's a really, really bad feeling. And yeah, I've been there. I've seen it myself. I've seen other people have that sort of luck. And, you know, it is bad luck. And to some degree, as a buyer, you kind of have to think, all right, well, I'm spending this $35 on a chance. You know, there's a chance it can go really well and a chance it can go really poorly. You know, I am guaranteed at least a silver card, but it is a chance to get 10 silvers. You know, that's just sort of how I think of it these days. It's like, all right, I'm spending $35 to maybe get 10 silvers. I accept that as a reality. I take that as my own responsibility. You know, I kind of have to coach myself before buying these cases. But in my opinion, maybe it shouldn't be that way, right? Maybe Splash Damage, I don't know if you guys are watching this, but maybe you guys could introduce something where if you spend $35 in the game, you know, and you know, I understand you guys gotta make money, but hear me out on this one. If you're spending $35 on the game, then you get a guaranteed 11th case where it's a guaranteed gold or cobalt, say 70-30, 70% gold, 30% cobalt. I think that's a reasonable compromise, you know. I think that's a reasonable compromise, keeping the rarity of golds and cobalts. Considering, like, I honestly think that most golds and cobalts get, like, destroyed anyways in trade-ups and trade-ins. I definitely don't think it's going to affect the rarity of cobalts or golds that much. I feel like the benefits of it are going to outweigh the costs. The benefits, of course, being a happier customer base, more returning customers, maybe more new customers, right? If you think about it, the Containment War, the What the Dickens events, they all offered a bonus case that guaranteed a special card, you know, and those were really good. So I feel like the Elite cases could do something similar to help boost sales. And so that's just sort of my opinion, guys, on, of course, the loadout system, the RNG system, and the RNG for the rarity system. Sort of three separate things here, and sort of my solution to some of those things. I hope this video has been helpful to you guys, sort of opening your eyes to maybe a different opinion. If you have a different opinion from me, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one.